Rolling. Here we are, DuPage Run and Shoot, episode 122, the 2022 season. Let's get this thing started. Let's get this train rolling. My name is Coach Big Pete, aka Peter Leinweber of Deep Dish Football, and you can follow me, Coach Big Pete, on Twitter and Facebook as well. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. Now, for my lovely co-host, Patrick Codo, to introduce himself.
Hello, friends. How are we all doing? Friends from the IHSA football, families, players, coaches, all you awesome people out there. It is time for a brand new high school football season. And yes, this is your host, the Patrick Codo from NCTV 17, a sports reporter. And, you want to find me? I'm all over the place. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you want to check out some of our content, please come on to nctv17.com. You'll even see me at some games. So please, by all means, go ahead and throw batteries at me all you want.
And he honestly does a wonderful job. And again, NC17 is a wonderful station, community access station, and he does a wonderful job the co-hosting games as well. So you'll see him around Naperville and all the other DuPage games that played Naperville teams and all other stuff. So he does a wonderful job. And that's P. Codo. Patrick Codo, make sure you're following him too. Make sure you follow DuPage Run Shoot on Twitter and Facebook. All right, so let's get into it. Let's first preview the DuPage Valley Conference as we get into the first one. Wheaton-Warrenville South. Wheaton-Warrenville South, again, almost upsetted Brother Rice last season. They're back. Sean Norris has got a pretty strong team. You go ahead, Mr. Codo.
Well, so we're talking about the Duquesne Conference first?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we talk about...
I apologize. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Duquesne Conference. I apologize. That's my fault.
Duquesne Conference? Yeah, no worries. We can talk the Duquesne Conference. Pete, let me tell you this right now. Let me tell all you people out there right now. I don't think there's any football team that's ready to hit the gridiron since literally the day one of the offseason. There's no team that's been ready since the Batavia Bulldogs. Mm-hmm. Since that gut-punching last-second loss to Mount Carmel. Yeah. Those boys came in Monday morning and were ready. That team went 9-0 last year, but unfortunately that record doesn't mean jack because they didn't finish the mission. They have been going at it since day one of the offseason last year. That team is ready to play football. I had my doubts in them last year, but boy, did they make me eat my words. They are coming this year. The Bulldogs are coming. Look out, DuPage Conference, and really look out, everyone. In fact, they could be in a state title conversation.
Yeah, I agree with you. Also, Wheaton North is coming back strong next year, but again, they're losing a lot.
They lost a lot of people, though. Let's not forget that. Lost your quarterback, your running back, basically some key pieces. So it'll be interesting to see what Wheaton North has. And let me jump back to Batavia for a second, but their quarterback, Ryan Bowe, he is back. That's going to be huge.
Yes. Keep an eye out for Mr. Wepley, too. From Batavia, he's going to have a breakout season 2 for the Batavia Bulldogs.
Don't forget about Drew Gerke as well. Luke Alwyn, if you haven't said that. A 1-2 punch in the backfield. You mentioned Whitwell, right?
Yeah.
Don't forget about Charlie Welpley as well. Hopefully I said his name right.
And there's a younger Genesee too that's coming up as well. He's a sophomore. He's going to be a sophomore. So
this is a loaded conference. This is a really good loaded.
Those Bulldogs ready, no doubt about that.
Those Bulldogs are ready. That's going to be a really tough conference this year. And you want to talk about tough teams? Wheaton North, the defending state champs. Let's go. Our DuPage team that won state last year. Yeah. Even though they lost a lot, they're still coming back hungry. It's Wheaton North too.
No, you are very right. You are very right. Another big one that I really we've a crow for was Glenbar North.
Oh yeah, Glenbar North really made us eat our words last year. And guess what? The load's back. They are back. They are Batavia and Glenbar. Well, Batavia, you had faith. I ate shit for Batavia, and I also ate shit on Glenbar North. But hey, we're sorry, Glenbar North, for down you last year. But hey, we are excited for what you all are bringing this year. Like, you got to load this year. I mean, Justin Bland's back for his third year. Demarion Elston, Sam Palmer, who are back. The part of their line is back. This is going to be a really exciting Glenbar North team.
Also, Lake Park hires Coach Kirkpatrick from William Warrenville South, a former Elmhurst University coach, and Coach Kirkpatrick is going to do a lovely job with this team. And I think Lake Park.
I think this is a team that's going to really surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, I think they are too.
They're going to be. I'm not going to say they make the playoff, but they're going to be a lot better than their 2-7 record from last year.
Yeah,
because their front seven is back. Now, here's the one thing about football in general. I feel like, too, if you can have a good line on the front, on the defense and offense, the things could work out really for the offense and the defense. I mean, some teams are in that position this year where, the line on both sides of the ball is going to play pivotal roles.
Yeah. And, I mean, you're talking also about St. Charles North as well, with Plum and his younger brother, who's an incoming freshman.
Yes.
Star quarterback. And just an unbelievable offensive line is coming back for St. Charles North, including the good defense, too. Coach Pomazak's got this team ready. Do not sleep on the St. Charles North Star.
Just don't sleep on this conference in general. Yeah. Don't sleep on the Duquesne in general.
Don't sleep on St. Charles East as well.
I'm not sleeping on St. Charles East. Something happened last year, didn't go well, but, they're going to be a much better ball club this year. I think this is the best conference in Illinois.
I agree.
This year.
All right, so let's get into the DuPage Valley Conference. I messed up my notes saying thing, Mr. Codo.
No worries.
DuPage Valley Conference. Naperville North comes in strong. Aiden Gray is ready. He's a senior quarterback. Can he break that pool of darkness of a senior star quarterback that's heavily recruited in the state of Illinois? Can he get his team
on a team that hasn't won a playoff game since 2010? But this team's got some speed. Mm-hmm. You got Danny Elo and Nate Jacobs at running back, two guys who placed down at state in track and field, sprinters, really fast guys, and you get Luke Williams back. You get your line back and stuff. Naperville North has got a load this year. They got some good juniors as well. They got Will Karosik, who hopefully he gets some starting time. They got Luke Petaway from Waubonsie, who is going to be starting varsity as a senior after starting as a sophomore and junior. Like, this is probably one of the most dangerous Naperville North teams that the school has seen in a long since the Matt Lacoste days.
Yeah.
No, there's been no dangerous team than this squad, than the Mount Lacoste days. Well, and then you had the one team in 2016. Unfortunately, they came up short against, Lions Township. That team was loaded. This team was loaded too.
Do you see a team that could challenge? Do you see a team that could challenge this Naperville North team in this conference?
Yes. 2 words. Neuqua Valley.
Mark Meneke, quarterback.
Neuqua Valley is still pissed off from that DVC championship loss last year.
Okay.
They played this year. That game's at Neuqua Valley. Neuqua is one of those dangerous teams that's going to really challenge North. Mm-hmm. I mean, really, this DVC, it's this is a sleeper conference this year. There are some good teams that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
I mean, Waubonsie is looking good. Yeah. Mattia Valley had a great offseason. Hopefully it all pans well and stuff. Naperville Central, never sleep on them. DeKalb, like, this is a sneaky good conference, but North is going to be challenged a lot by Neuqua.
And again, I really like DeKalb. I think DeKalb's going to impress some people this year. I think people are sleeping on DeKalb. I also believe too, Waubonsie Valley is another team that could be very interesting, but they got to catch fire early.
Yeah, they have a very tough schedule to start things off. They go to Oswego East, then they host St. Charles East, then they host O'Fallon. So those first 3 games for Waubonsie Valley. I feel like if Waubonsie can maybe win 2 out of 3 of those games, then they'll have something cooking.
No, you're right. You're completely right. Mattia Valley is a team that they lost their starting player.
Mattia Valley is. Mattia, I guess we'll just find out and see. I mean, Noah Larson's your starting quarterback. You get Oscar Rivera back. Who's the other kid? Evan Hall.
Yeah.
Chris Smith. You got Chris Smith, Robert Lynch. So some good players, but the one thing I'm just hoping for from Mattia Valley, and I'm hoping that I'm just hope their numbers increase in the team.
Yes.
Because their numbers were fucking low last year.
Yeah.
So low that it wasn't even funny. That's the issue. That's been the issue for Mattia. They just need guys. They need bodies.
What are your and this is your alma mater, Naperville Central. I don't know what team we're going to get this year, and I think the first game is going to be the huge teller.
This is Naperville Central is definitely a toss-up team, and I was actually chatting with our good friend Ryan McHugh before this game. He said this is a pretty yeah. We shot a few. We shoot the shit then and there, but yeah. Oh God, yes, Ryan McHugh. I'm excited to see you tomorrow.
Yeah, but I think the most important thing is going to be their passing attack.
The other thing too, and I just talked about this earlier, the line. If the line, because I feel like that Central is really going to be relying on their offensive line because their quarterback, Chris McCormick, very first varsity start, which is rare for Naperville Central. Usually that senior quarterback played their junior year.
Yeah.
This is not the case. They also have an inexperienced wide receiver core. You know, the only senior returning is Jay Conway, who didn't play at all last year on varsity. He's a defensive. He's going to be coming as a tight end. You're going to have Logan Ellison, Logan Devick. You're going to be having a couple sophomores. A few sophomores are brought up to the roster and stuff. This is going to be a very interesting Naperville Central team. But I feel like that if the line can get it done, if both offense and defensive line can get it done, and we're talking, guys up front like, Duncan Foley, who's back for a pivotal year. You got Maverick Oley, who's back for his junior, junior year. You got Charlie Egan, John Penny, and then of course, Tyler Dodd's back. So at least there's a few positives for Central. You get your line back, you get your running back, Tyler Dodd, who I feel like is going to be an absolute tank this year.
Yeah.
Which is and if Tyler Dodd can get it going, this is going to take heavy weights off Chris McCormick. Because a first-time varsity quarterback, they're fucking nervous.
Yeah.
Chris McCormick, he's going to be nervous. He's going to be nervous tomorrow night. He's going to be nervous. Make his first ever varsity start. Big crowd on hand. Across him is 11 guys in white jerseys from Hinsdale Central. And like you said about Waubonsie Valley, Naperville Central, we will find out in the first 3 games of what kind of team we're looking at. This team's a toss-up this year, but I feel like Coach Ulrich will get it done in his second season. This is the season itself is a true test for Central. Like, to me, like, Central doesn't have to go all out and win, go undefeated and shit. But if they can, give it effort, sneak into the playoffs at 5-4, that's a win for them this season.
Yeah.
They are very young, but if they could do have 5-4 type season and just sneak in the playoffs, even if they get their asses spanked in the first round, that's a win. I feel like this team is a serious sleeper, but it's a very challenging season for Central.
All right, so
they can prove us wrong. I was down in Batavia. We were down in Glenbard North. They can prove us wrong.
You're right. So we're going to the West Suburban Conference, Hinsdale Central, Glenbard West, as you can see, Willowbrook.
Oh my God.
I really like what I see from Glenbard West. I like the way you described Batavia. Glenbard West is the same way.
Joey Pope is back for Batavia. Joey Pope is back. That's going to be, they are going to rely heavy on him this year. Glenbard West is going to do exactly what they did with Sam Bronner back in 2015. Run the goddamn ball. He's going to be pancaking defenders. Oh, yeah. And Joey Pope has an excellent chance to show himself off week 1 in a super exciting matchup. Oh, boy. I love some of the matchups we have this year. I feel like this year is probably going to be one of the most intense years of high school football.
I think so, too. You're right. You hit it on the head, Mr. Coral. Hinsdale Central, looking really good. Good depth at quarterback. Good solid again offensive line.
I didn't realize that one of the QBs was was hurt. To be honest, I think it was crap. Was it Monahan that was hurt or Sarnugal?
I think it was Sarnugal.
Yeah. They were. I didn't realize they were hurt last year, but two really talented quarterbacks on the Hinsdale Central sideline. I feel like that, and again, Ryan McHugh and I were exchanging words and stuff prior, but he says that Monahan and Sarnugal could get playing. Both of them could get playing time. You know what? Why not? Let them play.
And we talk about Willowbrook. Willowbrook is a team that a lot of
don't forget about Carter Contreras. He's back as well. Yes. Reese Kolke as well. However, Hinsdale Central, they will have a few holes. I mean, their line will be freshly new this year.
But they'll be good. Trust me, they got some good linemen coming.
They'll be new, but they'll be good because that's Hinsdale Central. No matter who's new, that team's always going to be good.
And you got Willowbrook, who's looking good with their star quarterback, but they graduate some talented players. Brown is gone. I think they got a small little linebacker. It's a little bit of a shit kicker. Will knock you out. So Willowbrook could be a good team this year, and it could shock some people this year.
Oh, Willowbrook, I mean, they've been a really kick-ass team this past, few years and stuff. And they're one of those teams that are definitely looking to make a big push in the playoffs. I mean, let's not forget last year, they were a 21 seed and made it to the quarterfinals. Not now, even though that some of their opponents, specifically Whitney Young, was way worse than a 12 seed, and Willowbrook was way better than a 21 seed. Unfortunately, I feel like they ran out of gas against Moline, but hey, you lost to the defending state champs, Wheat North, so that's there's nothing to be ashamed of that. Yeah, like Palicki's back, Joey Tumulty's back, right?
I don't think so.
I think
he graduated.
Oh, I'm looking. Okay, I thought he was back, but no, it's gonna be Jameis Shatola and Sam Williams return to Willowbrook offensive line.
Sam Williams is huge. Definitely a player you got to watch out.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely need that.
Like you said, you're completely right. I think besides them, I also like Downers Grove South. I think they could be a huge.
Yes, I didn't realize they had so many sophomores starting last year.
Yes.
That explains their slow start.
I think they can be. I seriously think Downers Grove.
19 sophomores last year they had play on varsity.
I think they can be the version of Wheaton North, what Wheaton North was last year. That's my personal belief at DGS.
Yes.
That good. I think Downers
the Duquesne and the West Suburban Conference, right? West Suburban, right? West Suburban. This long run.
Just got a thing on my Instagram Live. Joey is back. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you so much. I knew it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
That's also huge too. Joey Tumulty is. Oh, so we're gonna have ourselves a nice little Joey show in that conference. Joey Pope and Joey Tumulty.
Thank you, sir. So definitely Willowbrook's looking good. DGS, unbelievable. Ryan Dawson is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. So yeah.
6 starters on offense and 3 of our sophomores. Are back are back. Defensive line Matt O'Halloran. He'll be pivotal as a two-way standout, getting offers from Army and Central Michigan. This is Downers Grove South is going to be a lot better than they were last year.
Oh yeah, Downers Grove North is now a team on the rise. Definitely a team.
Yes. Yes.
They got to prove something this year.
They're pissed off from last year. They're pissed off. They started off 4-1. You just need one more to make the playoffs. Next thing you know, you lose your last 4.
York football. Matt Vez, a quarterback. York football looking good this year.
York football, a team that really shocked the world last year. Unbelievable season. Very unfortunate that their season came up short to Minooka, but they are another exciting team this year.
Okay. Hinsdale South.
I feel like this team will improve on from last year.
I agree. I think you're right. Good group of wide receivers. Nice on the defensive end too. spot. I think the big things.
Like I said with Naperville Central, if they can sneak in the playoffs at 5-4, that's a win for them.
Yeah. Hinsdale South, the big thing is going to be the running attack. I think that's going to be huge.
Correct.
Next, Addison Trail High School.
I mean, 0-9 last year. First of all, if I'm Addison Trail, I'm just focused on winning some games. Even one. A couple would be nice. They get a running back, Demarius Allen back, Gio Long, Eddie Franzek back. So then you got some new faces too. Senior defensive backs, Mike Gonzalez and Juan Lucas. So really, if I'm just Addison Trail, I'm just focused on winning some games.
Yeah.
I'm focusing on winning some games. I'm not focusing on state championship, winning the conference because, well, that's no offense. You're already in a really tough conference itself. But I'm just focused on winning some games. Just win some games, 1 or 2, 3, let's win some games.
All right, let's start talking some other schools. Wheaton St. Francis.
Like you said this summer, Pete, this is their year.
They got to do this year.
This is a make or break year. Illinois commit TJ McMillan is a senior going both ways. The offense really needs to step up this year. They got they have their quarterbacks back, right?
Yes, Alessio's back. He's going to be a junior.
Yep, this is going to be huge as well. Tyler Wood, Antonio Gutierrez, Jack Donovan, Alessio Milivocek. I'm not even going to attempt it. He's back. Dash Dorsey and sophomore Ian Willis are good additions. So yeah, this is a make or break year for Wheaton St. Francis. Because like we talked about this summer, this conference is dissolving after this year.
We can talk about this team as talented as they are, but the most important thing is if you want that state title, you got to be a team. That's the most important thing.
Correct.
And their biggest test is their first week, and we'll go into that. But they got to prove something. You got all that talent on the field. You got to get that title. You have to get that title no matter what. And I think they got a great shot, but it starts with the first game.
One game at a time, boys.
Yep. Bennett Academy. Bennett Academy is a very interesting team this year.
Well, not only that too, they're playing some home games at College of DuPage. You see that? So, they're playing 2 out-of-state teams from Indiana.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't want to play, Naperville North and Naperville Central.
Yeah. They want those playoff points.
Yeah, okay, I see how it is. God damn it. Well, see, for Bennett, Pierce Walsh is back. Michael Lawler is back. Anthony Picciolini's back, who had a great year last year.
Mm-hmm.
I guess just matters what the front does for Bennett.
Yeah, no, you're right. Next one, and this is huge. Montini, they lost some big players to the transfers.
Pete, this is a team last year that we literally said from day one, and you people can look at the first episode. From day one, we said that this team was going to win a state title.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even make it into the fucking playoffs.
Again, so much talent wasted, and you got to be a team no matter what. And Montini, Cole Teschner's there.
I cannot believe this. That was the first time since 1992 they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah. And their guy Donovan just transferred to IMG Academy. Joshua Robinson is now.
I want to know how much that school's paying these athletes.
A lot. IMG's a piece of shit academy. Simple as that.
We'll put it there.
Yeah. But
might need to make a fake football team for someone to play them.
If Montini gets to the playoffs, that's good. But they have to get to the playoffs. I think they're a better team this year than they were last year. That's my personal.
Yes.
Opinion. I think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to challenge for a state title. No doubt about that.
Bingo Nixon, Trey Barrett, Alex Mary, if I said that right. Luke Cushing, Mike Wind, just some big names that are coming back this year for Montini. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Next one, IC, Immaculate Conception, Elmhurst. Wow. I ate Crow last year. I'm not going to eat Crow this year. They're a favorite to win the state title. It's my personal feeling.
When are they not favored to win the state? We favorited them last year. We favorited them last year. They came up one game short of the state title game, but you know what? That's fair because you lost to the defending state. You lost to state champions Byron by 1 point. So what the hell is there to be ashamed of? I am totally in on that. Even if they did make state last year, they would have won it anyway. They just came up 1 point short.
Yeah, keep a close eye out for the quarterback Mandela. Next,
him, 6 returning stars on offense and 3 on defense. But yeah, like him. Oh, don't forget about KJ Parker.
Mm-hmm. Parker.
Well, Mandela back is huge. His back is huge.
Malik Gray, all those just unbelievable.
Malik Gray, Mandela, 23 TDs last year. Denzel Gibson, Isaiah Gonzalez, Mikey Calcagno, JP Schmidt, Caleb Ellis.
You gotta watch, yeah.
No, when is IC not a favorite to win state?
True.
When are they not?
Wheaton Academy. Belay Brummel is their star. Liam White leaves for Maryland. So they lose Casper, but Casper's got a little brother, Brett Casper. Wheaton Academy, I got a good feeling that they're going to be in the playoffs again this year. But there's going to be some major questions, especially on the ground game. I think that's going to be huge for Wheaton Academy.
Well, we'll see how it goes this year. Looks like they're good in the passing game. Breck Peacock at wide receiver, James Fellows, Jalen Whitaker, Brett Casper. Yeah, no, the running game is going to be pivotal.
Yeah.
Yes, you have a Shea thing too. Yeah. See, to be honest, if I'm a high school football team bringing back a lot of players, if there's one thing that makes a good team, it's your running game.
Yeah.
Some teams this year are gonna have to rely on their running game to really get the job done.
But no, you're right. You're completely right. Now we go into other public schools. Lyle, Chris Farrell is an absolute beast. They lose Tyrese Watson, who transfers to Riverside Brookfield High School. Dominic Najaro, their DB / wide receiver / Mr. Doodle. He's going to be a star as well. They got a good group of incoming sophomores too. Lyle football's got a good shot to make the playoffs. What do you think?
Lyle, I think, I totally agree. I think Lyle's got a good shot this year.
Okay. Next one, Glenbard East has one of the most dominant defensive lines in the state of Illinois for this upcoming season.
Wow. Pump the brakes right there, Coach Big Pete on Glenbard East.
Defensive line. Who else?
I'm just saying, Glenbard East. See, for Glenbard East, win a playoff game, and then we can talk.
They got a dominant defensive line.
I know they got a dominant defensive line, but what's their offense going to do?
And we talk about the next big rising team that wants to challenge for a state title. And hopefully they don't get screwed by IHSA playoff pairings, but Glenbard South looks unbelievable.
Oh, they didn't get screwed. They overlooked Sycamore.
Glenbard South quarterback Champagne, Cam Williams, everyone knows. Underrated defensive line, Owen Gibson.
Although the other thing, though, about Glenbard East, let's go back to Glenbard East for a second. Yeah. 7 offensive starters are back.
Yep.
7 offensive starters are back. So you want to talk about a good line with 7 offensive starters back? Okay, you actually got yourself something cooking.
Yeah.
Could they be in Lockport?
Yeah. Glenbard South, again, I think the big thing for Glenbard South, again, is the playoffs, where they're paired, because this is good. Fenton, I don't know. Fenton, and I mean,
win a game. You were 0-9 last year.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, too, they only scored 21 points in 8 games last season.
Yeah. Westmont, my team, looks good this year. They got a new coach and Coach Taj. They got a good shot to get to 4-5, my personal belief. But it's going to be a good season for the Westmont Sentinels. Just to get a team on the field and just no injuries. That's the most important thing. Next
Right.
week, a great hire, Coach Chavez from Hinsdale Central and Plainfield South High School is the new head coach of West Chicago. West Chicago has a new energy, a new just a new sense of leadership. They are a very interesting team, and you can program for these coming years.
Hopefully bring more excitement because so far their boys soccer team has been doing that so far.
But West Chicago definitely is a name that you don't want to mess around with. They just got transferred from Wheaton Academy too, who looks unbelievable. Wide receiver.
That's huge.
Ferduzo, running back, good, solid skill players. The big question is going to be that line of West Chicago. Last one, Bartlett. The coach leaves. That's going to be a big question about team for Bartlett is how they do the first 2 weeks. I think that's the personal thing.
Correct.
So, Bartlett. It's that upstate. It's the upstate 8, if I'm not mistaken. It's a tough conference in Lombard South. They look good. All right, so let's get to the deep dish football games of the week. First one, Naperville Central versus Hinsdale Central.
The last 2 times these teams have faced, they've been really close games. That's going to be the same case tomorrow. I feel like, though, since each team's got some inexperience at different positions, I feel like whoever wins the turnover battle wins the game. Because I feel like that's what it's going to get. Because that's what it's going to come down to, the turnover battle.
I agree. I think this
nobody gets past 20 points tomorrow.
I think this game has the chance of going to overtime. That's my personal impression.
Overtime? I would love to see some OT.
Yeah.
The OT works, and again, it just matters how it goes in OT.
Next game, Lombard West versus Marist. Big game. Marist graduates their a couple key offensive players. Lombard West, they're hungry for blood.
I think Lombard West goes into Marist and steals it.
I agree.
Joey Pope is going to run all over that Marist team.
Willowbrook versus Niles Notre Dame. Willowbrook, an interesting team. Niles Notre Dame, also a very interesting team.
Niles Notre Dame was 3-6 last year. Willowbrook made the quarterfinals. So it will be an interesting matchup. But
I think it's a game up in the air, personally.
It really is up in the air, but I think Willowbrook might steal it. If Willowbrook wants to make a deep run, you got to beat some good teams.
The Downers Grove North versus Hoffman Estates.
Keep in mind, Downers Grove North has 15 starters back.
Yes.
Or
Can DGN win this game again?
I think they will. Last year was really close, 24-21. It'll be close again.
Aiden Creer, quarterback of Hoffman Estates. Don't mess around with him.
I won't.
Glenbard North versus Kenwood.
Well, Glenbard North, obviously, this is I think Glenbard North, they're going to pick up exactly where they left off last year.
You've got two opposing teams. It's just of different stature. It's going to be a crazy game. Can it be a blowout game for Kenwood? Yes, but I don't bet against Glenbard North. I'm going
Glenbard North. I'm running Glenbard North.
All right, I'm gonna put it on the upset alert, and I think Glenbard North. I think it's got a good shot.
Wait. Kenwood's the favorite?
Yeah.
Glenbard North. Sign me up. What the hell?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Kenwood's that good.
It's not like ESPN where you're gambling on the money line and shit.
Come on, man. Kenwood Academy's like they've got some serious talent.
I know they're a good basketball school, but I didn't think they were good at football.
They're basically taking over where Phillips left off.
I see that.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. Like Kenwood Academy and Morgan Park are the two big public school rivals. Wheaton North versus. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. Where I put this? Simeon versus Wheaton Warrenville South.
Oh boy, another big. This is a big test for Wheaton South. Simeon's got a great football team. They got wide receiver, Malik Elzy versus that Tiger, that Tiger team. It's
still young. I still see Simeon a little bit young. I think Warrenville still can get the upset. That's my
I would agree.
I think they can get the upset.
Is the game at Wheaton Warrenville South?
No, I think it's at Gately.
Gately.
Yep. Lake Forest versus St. Francis. St. Francis needs this win.
Well, yeah, it's a rematch from last year when Lake Forest won. So, again, if we're talking about St. Francis want to make a state championship game, it all starts week 1 against Lake Forest. This is their test.
Wheaton North versus Downers Grove South.
I would have to, you know what? Upset alert! Upset alert!
That's a big effing game.
The defending state champs against against a team with many returners. I think Downers Grove South pulls the upset.
I agree.
I think they because Wheaton North is coming in with the target on their back.
Yeah.
I think Downers Grove South takes that shot and steals the win.
All right. The deep dish football game of the week. Wheaton Academy versus Marion Central Catholic.
Oh, boy.
Catholic, they're balling out and they're looking good at Wheaton Academy.
Christian Betancourt, if I said his name right.
He's a star.
I think Marion Catholic steals it.
Yep.
If we're talking about, teams wanting to be good, you got to beat some good teams.
Okay, next one, Montini versus IC. Can Montini do it? Can Montini do it?
This was a game where IC won 17-15 last year, correct?
Yeah. IC won, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think I don't know. I think IC starts off on the right foot once again.
All right. Next one, Naperville North versus Homer Flossmoor.
This is the
North. They gotta win this game.
This is the game of speed right here.
I think it's a trap. I think this could be a trap game.
This is going to be high scoring. This is going to be a high scoring.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the game we're going to be seeing where you'll probably see our NSW boys play the week.
Yep.
Game of speed. Homer Floss was a fast team. Naperville North's a fast team. Oh, that's gonna be an exciting game tomorrow.
IHSA games of the week. The big one, last Leonard Bowl, the regular season. Ever. Ken Leonard is retiring. Rochester versus Sacred Heart Griffin. Who you got?
Let's go with Grandpa.
Yep.
Let's go with Grandpa.
I think Sacred Heart Griffin, they got a wonderful team. They're going to go hunting for
or Grandpa or Dad, whatever you want to put it as.
Yep. OPRF versus Fenwick Deep Dish Football overtime game of the week. Fenwick, they're graduated a lot of talented players that got them into the state title. OPRF looks a little bit promising. I think this game's a toss-up.
Toss-up as well. I think OPRF could steal it. Welcome the defending state champs to the Rude Awakening.
There we go. You heard from the word of God himself, Patrick Codo. Get those.
Yes, Fenwick people, you can throw batteries at me if you want.
And okay, so for me, from Coach Big Pete of Deep Dish Football, make sure.
Do we have any questions?
And no questions.
Where are you going to be at tomorrow?
I'm going to be at the Wheaton Academy Marion Central Catholic game.
Figured.
For me, this is Coach Big Pete. Follow Coach Big Pete Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. DuPage Run and Shoot Show. Number 2 is next week. Mr. Codo, please give your whole thing of where they can find you and your email.
Find me on Facebook, Twitter at Codo Sports, my Instagram, the PC Sports Zone 97, and check out our awesome content, nctv17.com, and I will be seeing all of you tomorrow at the Hinsdale Central game. Yes, Ryan McHugh, can't wait to see you tomorrow.